I'm Deb Glenn, and a lot of times they call me Danny, short for Deborah Ann. I'm a writer. I've written about 12 storybooks and a few novels and a full-length animated feature film manuscript. I became a professional musher about 14 years ago and ultimately rescued 60 Alaskan Husky rescues. They became a very formidable part of my life, my family, and I have a lot of experience because I've driven over 10,000 miles with them in the Alaskan wilderness, and every adventure that's in the movie is almost plagiarized by things that have happened to me, and the way that the dogs taught me and carried me through and gave me happiness and joy and calmed my spirit, and they taught me so many valuable lessons that it was incumbent upon me to see how I might allow the dogs to further share those benefits with a larger audience. Aashka was a very inspirational sled dog, and I learned through her techniques that help deal with some of life's greatest challenges. And so as it relates to people who are going through a divorce or kids who are bullied, just a lot of life lessons, character building. Good moral promotes moral character. She was all those things. I went from writing books into writing the feature film because when I had the books, I was a keynote and would go into the schools and everything. When COVID hit, I was no longer doing that, and I felt the Lord nudging to write a full-length animated feature film that would bring the characters to life in yet another way. And so I answered the Lord's call, and it was unbelievable. The words just came, and after about a month, the 400-page manuscript was written and became Aashka, Journey of the Heart. So the movie itself is about two diverse groups of dogs coming together to perpetuate a common good. You know, imagine that in today's climate, that two opposing factions could come together for a common good. It's sort of like goodness begetting goodness. It's sort of like the word Ubuntu, which means I am because you are. And to engage in a movie like this, to feel that you're able to shape culture in a very special way, a positive way, you know, that ultimately spreads hope and positivity around the world in today's climate is so paramount. Sometimes the characters come into some pretty dangerous situations, and one time they end up on an ice floe, another time a grizzly bear is following them, another time they're going through a scary place called the Burn that left over scary trees caused by a forest fire, and gosh, they almost fall off a cliff and they end up in a cave, and just all sorts of mountain highs and valley lows and moving water and streams and pristine, the aurora borealis dances, and it's moving because the characters are funny and we learn principles through these characters that we really enjoy learning, and bravery and perseverance and teamwork, all those values that are so important to be intrinsic for kids today. My prayer is that children who are lonely will not feel alone. Kids that are confused will find clarity. Children that could use a good hug will feel hugged. Kids can experience the movie and have a sense of adventure and playfulness and what it's like to be involved in something really tense, but then you get resolved at the end. You know, at the end of the movie, when their mission is completed, you almost want to stand up and say, yay! So every dime of what we raise for the movie is to develop characters, it's to hire the best actors, it's to hire the best producers, those that win Academy Awards, and those that have done this for a long time. And it costs a lot of money to make this A-lister movie. And I think we need that sort of value in order to accomplish our goals.